Good morning, Shayne.
Buenos dias, mi amiga.
How are you?
How am I? I am doing my best to be my best.
Oh, that's wonderful.
How are
Um,
you doing?
I'm good. Um, my I already told you this, but I don't think I shared all this with you. So my husband, so he took me to the gym, to the
Mm-hmm.
boxing,
Boxing gym. Yeah. Yeah,
to a
you was kicking
boxing
ass,
gym.
throwing fists.
I did maybe 30 minutes of the hour. So it starts off with jump roping. Uh-oh. Okay, he went away.
Oh.
Um, I did maybe 30 minutes of an hour. You start off with jump roping, and I don't think I know how to jump rope anymore.
Oh, you forgot? That's like the video. Remember
Well, I
like
kept
last
like
year?
stopping, like I would go around and it would like stop at
Yeah.
my feet. I would jump to. I was like, what is wrong with me?
There was a little trend last year where everyone was going around asking like their grandparents and older parents if they
To
knew how
jump rope?
to skip.
Oh,
And it
did
was a
people
struggle
forget?
sometimes. Yes, people forgotten how to skip.
Well, you know what? I'm not, you know what? Because we were running around the ring. So we had to
Yeah.
run and like, not skip, but like, lead with one foot and then lead with
Yeah.
the other and kind of, like you would like boxing, right? Because
Yeah, exactly.
my husband's like, a body in motion can't be hit. I'm like, okay, am I really going to be boxing? So I was like, I can either run or I can lead with this foot thing. I
You
can't
can't
do
do
both.
both?
But eventually I did. But I did it when I got home. So
That's
um
funny. When we
after
finish, you got to go skipping. See if you
I
remember
can
how to
skip.
skip.
I can skip.
You
But
sure?
yes, I'm sure about that. So we ran, we got some weights. All right, we ran, we got weights, went in with weights, and you had to punch with weights.
Yeah.
And then we got our gloves on, which I suggest everybody bring their own because I had the smelliest gloves. And
Yeah.
I had the COVID gloves. And then you punch the bag, and then you went in, and he had a little noodle cut off, and he would
Yeah.
go like this to you, and you had to
We
duck.
dodged the noodle.
I did
Yeah.
not do that. So I
You didn't
sat down
dodge the
after
noodle.
about 30 minutes. I was like, um, and just watched. First of all, it was about 1,000,000 degrees in there because it is a boxing gym, like with a garage door open. I went outside
Old school.
to get a breeze. I was like, oh my gosh.
You went
But when
outside in
I
100 degrees to get
yes, to get
cooled
it,
off.
to get it to cool off. I was like, oh, and he's squirting people in the face. I was like, oh, get my hair, but I didn't say that. I was a trooper. But we went to Target afterwards, and I
You
thought,
didn't want to get squirted in the face?
it burned my eyes actually. I
Oh.
guess I was supposed to close my eyes. I didn't know
Yeah,
he was gonna
you don't
squirt
want to
me.
get it in your eyes. You just
Yeah, he squirted
I
in my
mean,
eyes. Yeah.
don't get squirted in your eyes.
I know. I wasn't even quick enough to close my eyes. So we went to Target. I got myself a jumping rope, the same kind they have in there. And I came home and played loud Latin jazz music like he was playing,
Mm-hmm.
and jump roped in my garage until my Uber Eats came. So
Where'd you get from
um,
Uber Eats?
I got a salad. I got
Oh,
a
that's so good.
salmon salad. It's from Fire Pit
Oh,
Pizza. I don't know if it's a
shout out
chain.
Fire Pits Pizza.
Man, that
I've been hearing
their
great things
salad
about your
is yes.
sandwich.
They have a white balsamic vinaigrette they put on it. So it's so good. But and then they have the salad, a sandwich too that I got on Friday, and I split with Ariel, but then I ended up eating the rest because she left. It was salmon, lettuce, tomato, bacon on ciabatta and capers, and then it had horseradish mayo. I put that on the
Shout out to
side.
capers, man.
That was
Capers around here always adding just that
we
little extra thing to
always
your meal. That capers just do something to a good meal.
we
Love
always
capers.
have capers. So
Love a
um
caper.
all right, so what did you guys do this weekend?
This weekend, we kind of chilled. We had a birthday party on Sunday, at this private club here.
Uh-huh.
It was for my daughter, her gymnastics, one of her gymnastics team members. Um, their family was a member of this club, and so we had a birthday party there. It was a pool party, and
Mhm.
part of the way to be able to participate fully. They have like a big slide, and they have a diving board that leads into 10 feet of water. Is you had to pass a swimming test. So you
Okay.
had to be able to swim a full lap of an Olympic, basically like a regulation size pool, and
Okay.
tread water for 30 seconds. Well, like
Okay.
most of the people in my family, my daughter's tall as shit.
How
So when
tall is
they,
she?
my daughter right now is like 5'1". and she's
And
not.
she's 10.
Yeah,
Oh, she's not
turning
even
10.
10
She's
yet.
turning 10 in a couple weeks, September.
Okay.
End of September. Anyway, so when they tried to do a tread and water test, at first they were in like 3.5 feet, 4 feet water. It was like, we got to go in deeper water for her because her feet just naturally just touched the bottom.
Right.
Because of her height. And then the
Yeah.
swimming test, she was able to do 3/4 of the swim. And then
Okay.
like the last quarter of the swim, she got like winded. And just because she can swim, she just not, she's not, she doesn't have swim endurance, whatever,
Right.
to swim for an extended period of time, whatever. So she wasn't able to pass the swim test to be able to jump off the diving board or to take the big slide into the 10 feet of water or whatever.
Okay.
But still had great times, good shit.
So she
and had a
couldn't,
blast.
because she couldn't do that. Okay.
Yeah, because apparently at this club they've had a couple kids drown. And they had like one teenager like scalp himself on the diving board, trying to do a backflip off the diving board.
What?
Yeah, so they are very strict about their testing. I mean, she still had access to the whole pool. She can still do whatever because clearly she could swim. So
Right.
the only thing they would not let her do is the diving board into 10 feet of water.
Okay. You see me fighting with this thing? Sorry.
Yeah.
It keeps moving because something is. Oh, I think it's the plug. Oh, yeah, it's the plug. When Jackson, when he was little, he wanted to be on this. He was going to be on the swim team.
Mhm.
Well, all the kids were, on the swim team. So he had to do. I think he had to jump in. I don't remember if he had to jump in with his clothes on, but he had to jump in and he had to swim like 25 feet?
Yeah.
Or
Or
whatever.
meters,
25
pool.
meters.
Mhm.
And when they came home, Jay said, so let's say Jackson was probably 6. So Jay was probably 10. And he said, Jackson drowned.
What the fuck?
I said, I'm looking at Jackson. How could he have drowned? I'm looking at, he drowned. He jumped in the water and just like forgot all the years because he had, by that time, by 6, he had 2 years of swimming lessons.
Oh shit!
I think Ariel started when she was 3 or and 4, and they're 15 months apart. And he just forgot everything. Was in there. They had to jump in and save him.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then he was probably in 1st grade. Jackson wore a size 8 men's shoe. So you can imagine how tall he was too. He couldn't even, like, you thought there was something wrong with him when you saw him on his bike because he was like,
he like a clown with the big shoes.
Like he's on a clown bike. And so he was with they put him with the guppies, and he was like, he was with the guppies for a week. He's like, test me.
He was like, okay, I'm good now. I'm good. Get me out of here.
Looking like the father. That's how Jackson looked like on every team he was in. He looked like he was the father.
That's funny.
They're like kids, and then him. So, all right, who are we, Shayne?
Man, who are we? Are 2 seasoned corporate veterans who are here to impart the wisdom that we receive from lessons learned in hopes that you won't make the same mistakes that we did, and if you do, you just can laugh your way through it.
Yeah, that's, you know what, that's, I know we say that, but that's like easier said than done. But I came across this yesterday, and hopefully I can find it. It's Mel Robbins. I found her, like I discovered her on today.
And like how white people did with
on
America.
the third hour. Be quiet. The third hour of the Today Show. I guess she's not a guest. Allegedly, she's an author and an influencer, and she has 8 things you should tell yourself every single morning. So, number 1, something cool is going to happen for me today. So if you expect something good to happen, you may find a lot of good things happen, right? Because if you're looking for the good to happen, you might be like, I saw a cardinal and that was a good thing to happen. And later it's like, like I got somebody saved me a piece of cake, or, which would never happen around my house. But
somebody didn't cut my name on my birthday cake.
Well, he cut the letter. Yes. We just talked about this. And my child, Jackson, is a heathen because he cut the T, and then he denied it. I was like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I didn't have any cake. I'm like, I saw you on the Ring doorbell coming from the garage from the because we have a fridge out there, bringing the cake in on at least 2 occasions. So whatever. Um, Number 2, I need to give myself more credit for how hard I'm trying.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
when I was sitting there watching the rest of the boxing class,
Yeah.
I forgave. They should add this too. I don't know if it's one of them, forgiving yourself, because I forgave myself. Okay, I was like, whatever. Okay,
Like, look, I
I
came, I tried,
I
I'm
do
good.
not care. My husband was sitting there, and he wasn't necessarily laughing at me, but it was fine. I
Mm.
did not care. I
Listen, you
was
did
like,
something. You
I
did
was like,
something.
these people will never they'll never see me, possibly they could never see me again, so they may, if nothing else, they have a story to tell somebody, and forgive myself because I did
Yes.
not. I
Mhm.
was like, whatever, I'm not going to feel bad,
You shouldn't.
whatever. Yeah, whatever. So um number 3, an exciting new chapter in my life is beginning. So I guess if every day that you wake up is the start of your, the new start of your life, guess if
Right.
you think of things that way. So it's pretty cool. Number 4, I'll keep showing up. Life will reward me.
Hmm.
So is that if you just
Just
keep
keep going
trying,
on, keep
keep
moving forward.
okay, okay, all right. And then number 5, I'm allowed to be a work in progress.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
You don't like that one?
That one still feels very like negative. I'm a work in
It
progress. No, like
does.
I
Well,
feel like
we're
that
not
would.
perfect.
But why? But saying you're a work in progress to me allows you to continuously feel like you're a work in progress, right? Instead of saying that I am what I want to be, right? I know in reading books like The Secret,
Mm-hmm.
and talking about manifestation and being able to be everything you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though we're not there yet, we should always think and feel as if we are, right? So we should always be
Really?
like, okay, I may not be the 5% body fat version of myself that I want to be, right?
Okay.
Physically. But in coming into every situation, I would think of myself as the 5% body fat version of myself. I'd be like, okay, so what would the 5% version of my body fat of Shayne do when it comes to eating this meal? All right, is the 5%, if Shayne at 5% body fat, am I eating 2 plates or am I eating 1 plate? Right. So the idea is no matter what you're trying to manifest, no matter what you're trying to do, that if you kind of like what she was saying, if you show up every day in the idea and the feeling of the mindset of what you already are, that the universe will undoubtedly align things for you to be the way you want to be. Because our thoughts
That makes my head hurt. Go ahead.
are everything has alignment. Our
Okay.
thoughts and the universe,
Right.
quantum physics have shown how everything has energy. And so if
Yep.
your energy is always on one plane, then everything is going to align for you to be on that one plane. So if you align your energy to the point to where you are always conducting yourself in your self that you want to be, then you'll eventually be that self. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. But I think what this means, saying that you're allowed to be work in progress, is like, it's like apropos for me going to the to the boxing place. Like, I'm not there, but I am, and it's okay. But I can, if I keep showing up and doing the work, then I will be there. Does that not make sense too?
No, because
No.
it feels like you're saying. So I look at it like, okay, let's say you wake up and you don't feel like going
Mhm.
to the gym, and you don't, and you can be like, oh, it's okay. I'm a work in
You
progress.
can't say,
You know
"Oh no, that's not the same."
that
Mm-mm.
that like, see, that's how I took it. As people are gonna take it like, oh, well, I don't have to go and do this because I'm a work in progress, right? Like, it's like, no, you can't do that. You gotta move the way you want to move. Uh, to be where you want to be. So like, yeah,
See,
maybe you
I
don't go
don't.
to the gym and you don't
No,
you
I
don't
don't
work
see
out
it
for
as
an
making.
hour, but you work out for 30 minutes like you did. You did something, right? You
I
showed
don't
up.
see it as an excuse, though. I don't see it
Okay.
as a. I don't see it as an excuse. I see
Okay.
it as like, excuse me, like I am working on it. Not that I didn't feel like doing it.
Right, 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 right.
Not to give myself a pass, but like, hey, how what did I think was going to happen? I came in here with these people who clearly they all have boxing shoes on. Okay.
Right.
This was not their first rodeo, and I'm not going to judge myself against them.
You
I'm going to
can't. You
judge
shouldn't.
myself against me. So anyway,
I'm gonna be honest
yep.
with you. I think the gym is probably one of the most non-judgmental places you can ever be, which sounds crazy when you think about it.
Okay.
But everyone in the gym is there because they are not happy with the way they are.
Well,
Everyone
this
in the
is
gym.
but these no, this is
I mean, no, it's the
this
same
is it.
thing.
No, these want to be they want to be better boxers.
Right. So
Like
they're
Kevin,
unhappy. Yeah, they're trying to get better at something. So no
yeah,
one's
right.
judging you at your stage because
Okay.
everyone is trying to get better. Like that's why I
Okay.
said the gym is non-judgmental because everyone knows that you're in there to get better or whatever. Right. That's why I feel like people should
I've
never
seen
feel
videos where
self-conscious.
people of people shaming people in the gym, like
I've
fat
never
people
seen somebody get shamed in the gym
I've
ever.
seen videos where people cute, skinny girls have videotaped fat women in the dressing room or working
In the
out and make
dressing room, that's
yep.
violation of
Yes. Oh,
privacy. God
absolutely. This is
damn.
completely disgusting. But I have
Yeah,
seen
that is. Yeah.
videos of people. There was one girl did it. She was I think she was a trainer. They saw the videos and she got kicked out of her club. But
Ew. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I've never been around those type of that energy. I go to gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. That energy at 5 o'clock in the morning is totally
Yeah,
different.
that's
That
my
5
husband too.
a.m. energy is
He lets himself in. He's like a key to let himself in. So
yeah.
um but
That was 5.
so that was 5, but you said something to make me think of like if I eat this or whatever. But so I guess we can talk about this later, but let's not forget about Donald Trump and his height and weight.
Oh well, he called himself. Yeah, I saw that.
Six
Yeah,
three,
6'3",
215 pounds. I
250.
believe him because I don't know
Woo!
what 215 pound looks like.
Yeah,
I
no,
saw
that's
Lamar Jackson and
yeah. I mean, 215
and
can look different because The Rock is like 260, right? The Rock is
he's
like 265. Yeah,
is he 6'3" or is he
no, The
taller?
Rock is like 6'4", 6'5". He's tall.
Is he though? Do they have other
Mhm.
people standing on crates around him or something? I don't know.
Probably. I
Uh,
mean, you see the height difference with Kevin Hart all the time.
Oh, and he actually, Kevin, my husband said when Kevin Hart's in town, he trains here or with the owner. I was like, okay,
Yeah, The Rock is
okay.
6'5",
I was like, okay, whatever.
6'5",
Um,
260.
yeah. Um, number 6, no matter what happens today, I can face it.
Mm,
Okay,
that's
being brave.
solid. That's
Yeah,
solid. That's solid.
yeah. I think because fear. I think a lot of people live in fear
Mm,
and have anxiety and
hmm.
like my mom would always say, "Nobody's shooting you at sunrise." And now say it too to my kids. Nobody like you changed your mind, no problem. Nobody's gonna hang
Yep.
you, whatever.
I try to tell my kids that there's a difference between fear and danger. Like you can be aware of danger. You can be
Mhm.
aware that if you speed, you're gonna go crash into something, or you can be aware if you jump off a building with no parachute
Right.
that there's danger there. But you don't need to fear it if it's not happening. Like if my 2 feet are, if you're in a plane and the plane is flying properly, you should be aware that there's a possibility that something catastrophic could happen to go down. Like that's just being aware of danger. But you
Mhm.
don't need to
It
fear
doesn't
it.
have to cripple you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to fear something. Like you can be aware of danger and not fear the danger, whatever. Shout out to
Mhm.
the movie Earth with Will Smith and his son,
Jaden?
Jaden. God damn, forgot
Is that
Jaden.
that's an old movie, right?
Yeah, Earth came out probably 10 years ago, whatever.
Oh
But that
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
one of the big underlying thoughts in that movie was a lesson he was trying to teach to his son was knowing how to be aware of danger but not feel fear or whatever. It's
Yeah, but that I won't say it's easier said than done, but it just depends on what has happened, what trauma you've experienced.
mhm,
Because like we always say, your brain fills in the gaps. Like the last
right,
time this happened, I passed out.
right.
Or I did this, or I did, So
But you got to
yeah.
retrain your brain though.
I watched it was Xanax on Netflix.
Yeah. How was
Did you
that?
um it was good. But it made me feel it made me it made it's about obviously it's about anxiety and
Anxiety.
Xanax
Yeah.
and and taking those that class of medication. It is highly addictive, Valium,
Hmm.
whatever the name, Xanax, and how, and I won't get into it. I just suggest you guys watch it, but there was a guy who traveled. He traveled and he did public speaking. Two
Mhm.
things that gave him extreme anxiety. Even like, well, and there was a girl who flew all the time, and then nothing happened. She didn't have
Right.
a bad flight, but then she just, just had a hard time. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting, and it's so addictive. I guess, because of the nature of it, it's not meant for long term.
Right.
But
But
yet
people
people take
do.
them every
Oh
day
my God.
because,
Yeah.
but they never said, "Hey, this is not meant for long term." It's supposed to be situational. But then how it becomes addictive is because they say it makes them feel like so calm. It shuts down the receptors. But studies also or there may be some link to Alzheimer's because when parts of the brains shut off, they atrophy.
That's what I was gonna say. If you don't use a muscle,
You
you
don't.
lose a muscle. Just like
Yeah.
your brain is a
So
muscle, man. I always tell the kids to practice brain activities. Like I taught them how to like practice the alternating finger thing.
what's that?
So take it your two fists,
Uh huh.
right? Put them together.
Yeah.
Like there you go. And then point a finger out, thumb up on the opposite hand.
Oh, like this? Oh,
Like face your fists like you're punching them. No,
yeah.
like facing
Oh,
there you go. And then
okay.
point to me and lift up your thumb on the other finger. And
And
now
then do that. That. Wait a minute.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
So do
Point your finger
this,
and then lift up your thumb on the other one. Now close
and
it back,
then,
alternate it.
and you could do that fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All
But
right.
this didn't just like this has been a brain thing I've been doing with myself every day for
Oh my
a
gosh.
while or whatever. Because it
Okay.
just creates a new pathway in the brain. Like every time you learn something, you create new pathways and new electrons and new flow in your brain. So you should always do something to stimulate your brain, like learning a language, learning a new
Mhm.
trade, even if something simple, like just learning how to
Learning to jump
build a
rope
box.
again.
Exactly. Build a box with like go get a little kit from Lowe's and build a little box. Learn how to use a hammer. Just do something to continuously stimulate your brain to avoid brain atrophy, like you were talking about.
Did you see when that dude did the Rubik's Cube in what, 3 seconds?
Motherfucker. Listen, I can barely form a thought in 3 seconds. This motherfucker did a whole Rubik's Cube. Like a whole Rubik's Cube in
I have
three
never been able to
fucking
do. When I was a
seconds.
kid, I couldn't even do the Rubik's Cube. You could have gave me all of my
I
life.
keep one right here and I do it periodically.
Can you solve it?
I've solved it once.
And
And that took at least a month, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And then I like broke it down, and then I started looking at YouTube on how to solve them quicker, and been trying. So it's a lot of math. It's like learning. Just you've seen the video. He kind of looked at it.
he did look at
And
it.
he looked at it because you're basically learning you're doing all the turns in your head because there's
Mhm.
a certain amount of turns. Once you pick a face, because the secret to Rubik's Cube is that the middle parts, all the middles
Are
are
the
always
same?
going to be the same. So those are
Yeah.
going to be your face. So your red's always going to be on this side, your blue's going to be on this side, orange on that
Okay.
side, whatever. And it's just a matter of just mastering the combinations to get all the faces together. Yeah, he did that shit in 3 seconds. I'm like, I need you to make it look hard. Make it
And make us look less stupid. But
you know who made us all look stupid? Remember the video on the subway of the young black dude dressed up like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and he had his eyes closed and he solved the Rubik's Cube with one hand. Motherfucker. While listening to
what?
music, he
What's
was
his name?
chilling. I don't know. I'll look it up.
Oh.
I'll look it up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
He would.
everyone.
Um. You know what? That's funny because a Jeopardy question was it was the answer was somebody was playing chess and they would play chess blindfolded and won. So yeah,
His
that's
name is Sheldon Sirkin.
oh
Sheldon Sirkin.
that's crazy.
He
Okay.
solved the Rubik's Cube on the subway while just completely relaxed, like with no effort, just something else to do.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think that would. Oh no, there's more. Number 7. I'm going to make today a great day. So I think that's kind of,
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
if you're looking forward to something good happening, then you're open to it being a great day. Number 8. I have something important to contribute to the world.
Ooh.
Do you? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, everybody got their own something
Yeah,
important.
I question that because I thought about that today. Like us, like how dare we decide that people need to hear what we have to say?
I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
but
Like I think one of the things that I've been studying and understanding is that we have to understand, or we have to believe, that we are worthy and worth everything that we want. A lot of
Mhm.
times in life, we don't get things that we want because secretly we don't believe we deserve it. We don't believe our voices need to be heard. We don't believe our stories need to be told. We don't believe that people want to hear our advice or whatnot. But when you believe that what you have is actually worth listening to and worth contributing to, and it is going to be, contributing to the greater good, I think other people believe it too, right? Like if you don't believe in yourself
Yeah,
first, then how other
absolutely,
people gonna believe in you, right? So
absolutely.
I think everyone wants to hear what we got to say, Trish. And
Okay, no,
people want to hear what you got to say.
yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's
Yes,
helpful to a lot of people. But
it
I
is.
mean, I have that big. I guess because I won't say I suffer from imposter syndrome, but
That's,
I think that I am very humble. I'm just a very humble person.
ooh, we don't use the word humble in our house.
I'm just
The
I
word
am.
humble is officially banned in our
It
house. Do you know what?
is.
Have you ever looked up the definition of humble?
No, please look it up for us.
I'm gonna tell you
Tell
the
me the
definition of
official
humble. The official definition
definition.
of humble, and why I tell my kids to never use the word humble, is humble, the adjective, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Oh,
2, a low social, administrative, or political rank. 3, to lower someone in dignity. This is the verb. When you
okay.
lower someone in dignity or importance, or you lower yourself in dignity or importance. When you say, I'm gonna humble myself, or I had to humble him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, I've been saying. Well, then, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
we don't use the word humble
humility.
like that.
Is it better to say humility?
Humility is just another version of humble. What are you
Okay.
doing? No,
Well,
it's not. Just who told you had to be humble, Trish? Who told
nobody.
you?
I just,
Exactly.
I just
So
feel that
stop it.
I, I'm just not. I'm not a braggart.
You
So
don't have
I
to be
just
a
look at
bragger
the.
to
I
know
look at
that
the
you good.
opposite of being. Like I have no problem letting everybody shine. Everybody can shine. I'm like, okay,
That's no problem.
do
People
you?
shine.
So
Celebrating other people's success doesn't mean that you need
yeah.
to
Well,
humble yourself.
well,
You can
maybe
be
I.
great and not talk on it. You can just be great. Just know that you the shit. Like I'm the shit. Know what I mean? Like, you know
Okay.
what I mean? I got a banging house, got kids all doing their thing. Husband look good running around these streets. I'm sitting here slaying, looking like I'm 32 when I'm really not
Oh,
32. Know what I'm saying? Like
75, as my kids like to say.
you can
Um,
know you the shit without bragging on it. Don't be
okay.
humble.
Well,
No, we
okay,
don't
I
do
will not be
humble.
humble. Okay.
No,
All right.
no
See,
humble.
look at me learning stuff. So, funny story. We were in the uh what's that? Farmers market, which is huge. It's like this international farmers market.
Yeah.
And we're getting some scallops and some chorizo to make this dish. And so I'm standing there waiting for the chorizo, and I feel somebody put their arm around my waist. I'm like, because I had looked and I didn't see Jason.
Yeah.
And then I just turned back around. I feel his arm. I was like, he said, "Who'd you think it was?" I was like, I did not know, but I was about to
You're like, look, you
go
see how
into
I look? It could have been any of these young
go
boys
into
in here.
high
You know what I'm
karate
saying?
mode, like, ah. So anyway,
What's the
okay.
youngest dude that's ever approached you?
Nope.
Like, have you ever
Okay.
had like a young boy approach you? You be like, boy, I am.
Okay. I will tell you, I was on a flight going to San Francisco. I think it was in 2013. There was this
Yeah.
guy, and he was clearly a football player in some capacity. I don't know if
Hmm.
college, you know, I figure
Yeah.
pros, not college, because that's gross. And he looked like The Rock, but he looked like a cuter version of The Rock, and he
Oh
was
wow.
so cute.
Hmm.
And we were just talking, and then he got on the flight, and he just had the nicest little smile. I don't think he was hitting on me, but I was like, oh yeah,
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 I still
that was
got it.
nice.
I
That
got
was
the
nice.
juice.
That was a nice interaction.
Look, I got the juice. I still got. I
Yeah,
can pull him.
yeah.
I can pull him. I
So
had a young girl put her phone number in a like this spot I used to go to get sushi,
uh-huh.
and like I pick it up at lunchtime. And one day she put her phone number on the receipt.
What?
And I was like, okay, with a little smiley face. I was like, that's
That's
what's up.
so
I was
funny.
like, I was like, girl, you too young, but that's what's up though. I
Did you tell
appreciate
your
it.
wife?
Of course I told her. I got to try to make her jealous because like dudes approach my wife all the time. My wife look kind of good a lot
Yeah,
of times,
she's
all the
very
time.
good
Like
looking.
she's a good looking
And
woman.
she looks like "Don't bother me," which
And
would
she
probably make
does.
me bother her.
Oh my God. She has the most like, stark, staunch resting bitch face. Like it is like hardcore resting bitch, but she's
Right.
really pretty, and so she gets
She is
approached.
pretty.
She gets approached, and young dudes, old dudes, don't matter. You know what I mean? And so she's always telling me about her little stories. So every once in a while, when I catch one, when I get a story, I'm telling.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell her.
Once I was just dating Jason. We were at lunch at, during the workday. He came and took me and my colleague. We went to lunch, and the woman, it was PF Chang's, and somebody walked by and gave him her number. I was like, how did she know that we weren't
Ooh, she
together?
bold.
I was like, what is
She was
going
like, "I'm gonna shoot my
on?
shot. Shoot her, shoot,
I was
shoot
like,
her,
I'll
shoot."
kick you in the back of your head. I was like, what? Like we weren't sitting next to each other, but still, like maybe she just figured they're just colleagues.
Yo, that's it. She was like, "Yo, he either gonna come or he not. I mean, shoot or shoot."
Crying out loud. So living in Atlanta. That's
Yo,
what it
Atlanta different, bro. Atlanta is a whole different. I've known men who made, who had like career opportunities in other states,
is. Mm-hmm.
who seriously considered turning them down because they couldn't leave the lifestyle of Atlanta, where
I
like
would.
they were dating multiple women, they all knew about each other, and they all were fine with it
Mm-hmm.
because Atlanta, the selection of like non LGBTQA men
Mm-hmm.
who have good jobs, who aren't like with a bunch of baby mamas and stuff, are limited. So when they
Yep.
find one, everyone willing to share them. And I know dudes who like took a long time to make a decision because it was just the lifestyle is different in Atlanta.
Yep. I was just telling my sister who lives in DC. My nephew goes to Howard, and I said, "Oh, he was saying something about how many women are in his class. Like he has one class where, and I'm paraphrasing it, or I'm not. I don't think it's an exaggeration. I think there was like 5 guys
Mm.
and like 30 women,
College,
and there was another
college numbers
class
is
like
nice.
that, and so she was like, Howard needs to do better. Like and the men that are there, most of them are athletes. Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
letting the black men in, which is crazy. But DC has always had that
DC has the same
those
slant
skewed
number too.
numbers, the
Yeah.
same numbers. And I said to her, if I was a heterosexual man, I would never leave DC.
DC or
Never.
Atlanta, DC, Atlanta, Charlotte. You like
But
these?
especially DC though, because the girls are pretty. I mean, the women are pretty, and here they're pretty,
Yeah,
but
what are you talking about? Like Atlanta,
they're pretty
Atlanta
here. But
holding too.
they've got a lot. There are a lot. There's so much. There's so
With
many
DC, you
layers
don't.
of.
It is not even like DC. You get DC, you get Virginia, you get DM, you get Maryland.
Yeah,
You
but
got a
they're women.
pool of women.
I think Northeast women. I don't know what I don't know what it is. I think there's just a little something about. They have a little something about them, especially in DC.
Nah, I think if you know, shout out to West Indian women. I don't know something about my
Oh
West
yeah,
Indian women.
I'm just
And,
saying.
yeah,
Any
yeah.
woman, it's living. Where they live. I think that
They each culture
gives them
has
a
a kind of
different.
different
Yes,
little thing
yes,
about them, and you know, like you'll know where they're from by the way they carry themselves. Like, oh
yeah,
yeah, you Southern, like
right,
you a Southern belle. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah,
you definitely from the Northeast. You
right.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, oh
Like, when I remember I used to go, I had a friend who lived in LA, and I'd go there all the time. And the women, they didn't dress up nice, but they always had nice shoes.
yeah.
Like, I didn't like their clothes, but they're not their shoes and
The
their
shoes
boots
is
were
killing
all,
it.
yeah. Or like when you go, like if I remember being in Germany years ago, and everybody's glasses were fly. I was like, they all had the best eyewear. It's like you go to certain places and you're like, okay,
I think I'm getting
like New York, like
older. I
you
notice
know.
eyewear a lot lately. Nice eyewear. I'm like, look,
Mhm.
that was some nice
I
glasses.
love
Oh, yeah,
glasses.
yeah, those some
Mhm.
nice glasses you got going on there.
That Mel Robbins, she is these black, they may be Chloe, these black frames, and that's her that's her thing.
Her look, yeah.
That's her look. All right, let me see if there's I think yeah, there's probably 10. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, there was 8. That was it. I have something important to contribute to the world. And you do. You do have something important to contribute to the
We
world.
sure
People
do.
care. And you're
Everyone
smart
cares.
and people like you. Oh, and
And
I'm
if they
honored.
don't like you, it's not your responsibility if they
No,
don't. If you
no,
know you're doing your best to do your best to be your best, and somebody still don't like you, well, fuck them. Like fuck them. Like it don't
I
matter. Like
agree.
it don't matter what no one thinks about you. Not even someone living in your fucking house.
Nope.
Like your house, your spouse, partner, whatever, even your goddamn kids. If you know you're doing your best, and they got some sly shit to say, fuck them.
Which they always do. I always got somebody in my house talking shit about me.
Always do. It's
Like,
never enough. It's
it
never
never.
enough.
Nope, never. One of them just well, Ariel doesn't talk shit about me. She just sent me a text, TikTok. Um, Oh, in honor of, Saturday was Friday or Saturday National Dog Day.
I don't know. I don't
I
keep
think
up
it
with
was.
those national days.
I know. But anyway, my shirt says, you can't see it. It says, my dog and I talk shit about you.
Facts.
But
Facts.
Beanie he wouldn't do that because he's so sweet.
He does.
Uh, all right.
I know
Damn.
Beanie be talking shit about the other people in the house because they don't give him snacks. That's why he got to come to
He
you.
comes to me for snacks.
Yeah, because he knows the other people ain't shit.
And he'll go,
That's them motherfuckers over there.
and look at
Wow,
me like,
I need my snack.
I could be laying down. I'm like, he'll pass 5 people to come to me. I'm like,
He
dude.
trusts you. He trusts you with his hunger.
He was doing that last day. I was trying to go to like lay down early. Wayne Shorter. There's they're on, I don't know, Netflix or HBO, Amazon Prime. There's a Wayne Shorter 3-part. I think it's a 3-part documentary. And I kept sitting down to watch it with Jason, and he's kept coming. I'm like, okay. I'm like, stop it. Finally, I told Jackson to come home because Jackson got a boot yesterday.
Oh,
He went to
where'd he
Pond
go?
City Market with 3 of his friends. All 4 of them drove. And he parked where he shouldn't have. He said there's no signs, right? Because there's a shopping center across the street. But he parked at the Starbucks. You're not supposed to do that and walk across the street. So he came right back to get something. 3 of them had boots.
Ooh, they was watching. They was watching that parking lot.
But what the crazy part is, they were watching, but the kid that didn't get a boot was a white kid. They all pulled up at the same time. I said, you all pulled up at the same time? He said, yes, we all pulled up at the same time and walked across the street.
Are you serious?
So, yeah. So I was like, well, you shouldn't have. There's no sign. He said, but isn't it ponderous that me, so-and-so, and we all got,
Is it though?
boots, but the one person didn't.
You still living in Georgia. It's still the South.
He's crying racism. I was like, first of all, I was so mad because you don't pay for anything. I mean, yeah, he makes money. I don't make him spend it.
Yeah.
So if you ask me for $10 a day, if I'm sponsoring you for $20 a day,
$20
you can't spend for just $20 a day.
For just $20 a day, you two can sponsor.
You can sponsor a smart ass 65 and a half string bean. You couldn't ask me for $10 to park. Instead, you want to cost me $75.
Mathing.
But shout out that boots haven't gone up because 20 years ago or 25 years ago, August 22nd, 1998, I moved here to Atlanta. So I moved here on my birthday, and boots are still the same. So because I had at least one boot.
I think there's like a female duo who go around unlocking boots or whatever.
They do.
Yeah, and they making hella money doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're taking the boots off.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. What city is it in? Yeah, they're called they're in Atlanta. They're right in Atlanta.
They are.
For $50, they can come and they'll take the boots off your
I need
they're called the boot girls. The boot girls.
The boot girls.
They wear masks. They wear masks and you can hit them up and they'll come to wherever you at in Atlanta and take your boot off for $50.
That is crazy. Well, I have to remember that. So Bob Barker died.
Man, shout out to Bob Barker.
Somebody said, just like Bob Barker died 99, so he wouldn't go to $1. He wouldn't go for 99 cents.
Listen, Bob Barker was that. How many times did you not want to go to work or you didn't want to go to school? You just sat at home watching The Price is Right.
Well, when you were sick, everybody was sick and watched The Price is Right, right?
Who didn't just fuck with Bob Barker? Like he was always there, that long, skinny ass microphone, just
telling you to get your pet spayed or neutered.
Being very selective about the women he hugged up on when they came up there. You know what I'm saying? Bob Barker, you ain't slick, nigga. I saw you. You know what I'm saying?
No. He had a little scandal thing going on too.
He did. He was messing with one of the little models. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was getting it.
So, hey, Vanna White was a contestant. They showed a picture. She posted a picture on where she was when she was a contestant when she first moved.
That's crazy.
To Hollywood.
Did you see that Vanna's threatening to leave Wheel of Fortune now?
Because she didn't get the job?
No, because they ain't upping her paycheck. Vanna White's been making the same amount of money the whole time or whatever.
What do you mean? How is that possible?
So Vanna White has only been making $3 million a year, which sounds crazy, right? Like,
yeah.
But Pat Sajak been making like 20 or 50 something.
And how much is Ryan Seacrest getting?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even see
Because
that.
he's
But yeah,
taking over.
yeah. So basically, Pat Sajak been making about $20 million a year doing Wheel of Fortune. Vanna's only been making 3. And Vanna was like, I'm tired. Like, and it's weird to say that, but in regards to like
Right, everybody
numbers,
deserves a pay
yeah,
raise.
like, bump her up a little bit, and they're bringing in Ryan
They don't want
Seacrest.
somebody else to change to turn them letters. People are used to seeing Vanna.
Savannah was like, if you're not gonna pay me, I'm not about to sit here and work for somebody else making less than them again. I'm out. Whatever.
Wow. Okay. Oh, there's a little dust up at Jeopardy too, because Mayim, how do you say her name? Mayim Bialik or whatever.
Fuck her. I don't like it. Man, look, man, after Jeopardy, we asked for LeVar Burton. We asked for all we wanted was LeVar, Mr. Reading Rainbow, to be our new Jeopardy host.
Ken Jennings Ken Jennings.
We don't want Ken. He's like a fucking AI robot. Like,
I like Ken.
No. The public wanted LeVar.
He was good. There were a lot of people that were good.
No, Reading Rainbow was the perfect transition.
I'm too old for Reading Rainbow. I never.
Hey, it don't matter.
Yeah. No, he was. I mean, there were a lot of people that were good.
So what did our girl?
So basically, she's not crossing the picket line because she's an actress, and so they did a promo for the upcoming season and didn't put her in it. They only had Ken.
So Ken's still gonna do it?
Well, they split the time. See, you clearly you don't watch. They split the time.
I don't give a fuck.
So they did a promo. It just had him. So I don't.
Ken said he ain't Hollywood. Ken said I ain't Hollywood. I was just a smart
but
dude.
he noted that back during the last strike that Alex crossed the picket line.
I mean, Alex is different though. You can't compare yourself to Alex Trebek.
Well, he's just saying that Jeopardy kept the show going.
Yeah,
we gotta have something to watch.
Yeah, no one would get mad at Alex, Bob Barker, perfect. Pat Sajak, Vanna White. If they all kept doing their jobs, we all be like, all right, that's cool. Know what I mean? Or now Drew Carey.
Wayne
Brady. Wayne Brady. We'd be like, okay, y'all can do that, right? Y'all good. But anybody else?
Steve Harvey.
Yo, did you hear that Marjorie's divorcing Steve?
I think that is a rumor.
Is that a rumor? Like, I'm seeing conflicting reports.
My mother mentioned that yesterday. I Googled it, and it looked like it was. I don't know. It's read that he fired his social media manager.
Yeah, but that was a post over the whole which comedian do you think is least funny? Whatever. So one of his social media people put up like a poll question on his thing.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not.
Yeah, Steve was like, "That's not the energy I want," or whatever.
That's not cool.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though, because Marjorie, her history is a little. Yeah. She was a queen pin. Like she was legit queen pin. Like really out here. She was really out here running these streets.
Remember that? What was that song about Common? And they use that sample. Please let me testify.
Yeah. With Taraji was in the video.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Like Marjorie was really about that life. Like that's why. Hey. That's why Lori moved the way she moved. Lori moved like a gangster. Just like her mama. Like, cold-blooded, man.
My friends who are from Detroit remember, when they first got married, my friend Trent was like, he was like, she is an opportunist. But because when she was married to the one dude, he went to jail. Then she started dating his boy or his cousin or something.
Yeah, Marjorie don't play no games. She was like, yo, I'm here for
you gotta respect her game, though. You have to respect her game. It is
her and Lori are solid as fuck. When I heard that Lori made her dude sign a non-disclosure, $1 million non-disclosure agreement, that shit is crazy.
She's a gang. She's
you can't talk about it. Like if you dating her, you just dating her. You can't talk about it, otherwise you cutting her a check. $1 million if you break the non-disclosure.
Smart. She's smart. Because what these guys, they'll go out and date. Ain't nobody talking stuff about Leonardo DiCaprio. Dating all these women.
Leo cutting him off. What's Leo cut off? 28 is Is his
Yeah.
age cut off?
Is it
Yeah.
27 or 28?
27. Yo,
Yeah.
it's funny, but it's true because you look back at his history. Yo, once they get 29, he
Yep.
done.
He's
Move
like,
on to.
nope.
Nah, I'm
You
sorry.
are too old to
You
ride
are
this ride.
you are too old. He's like, look, you got too much conversation. You
Right.
want to know about too much. Like,
Right.
I
You
need
got too
these.
many questions.
I need
Yeah.
these conversations basic. I don't need all these lifelong questions.
Yeah.
Not at
Nope.
all.
He is like, nope, 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 no.
He was like, I'll
So,
send you on your way. You can go have a whole second half of your life now. The first half of your life, you're dating Leo Capri.
well,
That,
well,
and now
first of
you
all, he
can
only
move on.
dates models too, so they have money.
Not all models have money.
Well, the models he dates have
Yeah.
money. Even Giselle aged out.
Yeah. And Giselle got money.
And
Giselle
she-
money. Giselle was the breadwinner when she was married to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like Giselle money is
Right.
different. Giselle
Right.
got that different
And
model.
yeah, he did not care. He's like, I do not care.
No, Leo was like,
Don't care
yo,
how much. Yeah.
hey, Leo was like, this is the age requirement to be with.
Right.
If
Yep.
you once you pass this, there's
Yep.
no more us. Now, if you understand this, feel free to come and ride this ride.
Yeah.
But just know, on your birthday, it's a wrap.
I'll throw you a bomb ass party, but
Yo,
then it's
you
like,
will have the greatest party ever, but you will not see me afterwards. That'll
yeah,
be
you
it.
will not. And when you see me in the street, just
And just know, I already got
You're
your
not.
replacement lined up already.
mhm.
Your replacement is already lined up. I'm not playing with you.
Oh, all right. So we should talk about our sad news first. The fires or Maui is burning again.
Yeah, I'm not even, I don't believe it's Mother Nature. It's Mother Government clearing property and space.
Well, I mean, because it's the brush and then it's dry and then I don't know.
But every place ain't burning. The burn is very selective.
It is selective.
It's very selective burning.
It's weird. It's very weird. Something's not right. Something's not right. Period. Especially when people knew that the brush that should have been cleared and you just don't do it.
I ain't saying they doing it on purpose, but I ain't saying they not doing it on purpose either.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, in Jacksonville.
What happened in Jacksonville? Oh, the shooting in Jacksonville. Yeah. People wonder why I stay strapped no matter where I go.
I don't even know how many that makes. I don't.
It's too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Especially with somebody with a manifesto and about how they hate Black people. Like, what?
I think the idea that, I don't know, I feel like people genuinely don't realize that racism is still super real. Like, I think that people generally think this is just some like social media construct that people make up about Karens and Kens and racism. But the shit is real. There are genuinely people out here who hate other people because of the way they look. This is not some like made up thing that happened way back when. No, this shit is real. People pass this on to their kids and they pass it on to their grandkids. And it is taught, it is inherited, it is learned behavior because little kids aren't racist. You see little kids playing together all the time like it's nothing.
Right.
But it's a taught behavior that's learned from their environment. And it's real, man. And you got to stay prepared. Every time I see a Black person in public and they ain't strapped up, I wonder why. I'm like, you know where you at? We in the South. You see all you saw these pickup trucks with Trump bumper stickers and Confederate flags waving. Stay strapped up, homie.
Oh gosh. What? Oh, did we talk about it? All the memes. Oh, the mugshots and the memes with the mugshots about the
Donald Trump
thing. But you brought up a good point that of all the 19 co-conspirators.
Listen, look at all the conspirators. Who's still in jail without a bond? Sometimes you're always gonna get your nigga reminder card. The nigga reminder card is gonna come one way or the other.
A friend of mine used to say nigga wake up call.
You gonna get that wake up call. And now you sitting in jail. All the white folks that came in and walked out.
All came in. Now somebody was like, I told them they should have all their affairs in order before when they go down there, turn themselves in. Like
having your affairs in order ain't got nothing to do with the judge handing you a bond. One ain't got shit to do with the other one. You can have every lawyer ready. You can have all your bond money sitting there ready to go. If the judge denies you your bond, it don't matter what you got together.
Yep.
You sitting there, you chilling. I mean, just like he is. So, all those Black folks who love to put on those Trump hats and scream his praises. All right. I
Oh gosh.
I keep doing you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, that makes my stomach hurt. Um, all right, we didn't get to our main topic again. But
I thought the countdown
the
was
countdown wasn't.
like
But
a
that countdown was good though.
appetizer. It was a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good
yeah.
appetizer.
I do have this thing that I can do really quickly though. I think it's important. It's for LinkedIn. 6 things your LinkedIn profile
Oh, most
reveals
definitely.
to
Let's
a
do that.
recruiter. All right, let's see. Let's see. Number 1, you have attention to detail. Many
Oh
people
yes.
cite this as a skill, and you should too. But if a hiring manager spots grammar or grammatical and spelling errors in your LinkedIn profile, it could mean your resume goes straight to the
And
trash.
your resume. I've seen that plenty of times. You've seen it. Hiring manager be looking over your LinkedIn profile. They'll see a mistyped word. They look over your resume. They see you use a word incorrectly. I'm like, I'm
It's like,
good.
Dawn Queen.
Yeah. No.
um, how passionate you are about your industry. It says the most exciting people to hire are those who are passionate about their work. One way to show your enthusiasm in your profile is to join industry related meetups and discussions. Use your status line to announce things you've done in your field. Consider following industry thought leaders and liking or commenting on their content for extra credit. So
Facts.
it's not just about what you share on your profile regarding your resume experiences, it's also about who you engage with and who you follow.
It's true. If
So
you're
people
following the
look to
same
see who
people,
you're yeah. How your peers and clients rate you. So recommendations on LinkedIn are like pre-screening or like a pre-screening of your credentials. Those from your supervisor, clients, or senior colleagues are the best. Recommendations are also appropriate when professionals in the same field or industry vouch for your skills and experience.
that's
So,
facts. That's why you
yeah.
got to get a good mentor when you're working someplace or
Hmm.
leadership, and then get them to write a recommendation on your LinkedIn profile. It works great. It's like seeing the references before you actually call your references. You
Yeah.
get it on there. You know,
I haven't asked for any lately. It's probably been years, but I do ever so often I do. It says hiring managers want to make sure that you are qualified for the job and suitable for an interview, which they often look closely at these recommendations. So I would hope so. Um, Number 4, you have a solid network. Some
yes.
recruiters look at the quality and relevance of your connections when considering you for a job.
And
Really?
that's the truth. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying I'm not a number snob, but if I look at your LinkedIn profile and you only have like 50 connections, or if you only have like 100 connections, I'm like, what the fuck you been doing? Like, how do you not
Really?
have? Why don't you have more connections on LinkedIn? Like, what have you
Well, some
not
people
been
are
networking?
don't really use it. I mean, I have
Well, you should.
thousands. I have
Yeah,
so
I got
many that
thousands.
doesn't even show you. But I'm very selective about who I accept to
Yes,
though, which is weird.
yes. Trisha's
So
life is like a Rolodex of who's who
I look like
everywhere. LinkedIn, her phone.
no,
You
that's
want to
not
know
true.
somebody? I bet you can call Barack right
No,
now.
I cannot
You
call
right? No.
Barack.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have his number because Michelle. Then she'll call Michelle right now. She's not
I
denying
can't
it.
even call their dog.
She's lying.
Um, oh, speaking of, somebody said there were fake pictures of Sasha Malia at a Drake at a party after his
Oh, I haven't seen that.
concert, and the pictures don't look like Sasha. So anyway, they're dressed kind of scantily. They don't look like her, but I'm like, why would somebody do that? But anyway, um, if you have more than 500 connections, but 95% of them are not relevant to the field or industry that you work in, that's not helpful. Use them to ask for introductions to their connections that would benefit you. So that's where I am. So I've generally done pharma sales. So my LinkedIn is skewed towards that. So when somebody is, a developer and they want to connect with me, I usually don't connect with them.
Not good enough to connect with her.
Not I can't help you. I can't help
I
them.
can't. You can't help her.
But somebody did
There's nothing
no,
to do.
no, no, no. No, I can't help them.
She wants nothing to do with you at
No,
all.
that's not true. But somebody reached out to me the other day and I was like, did you see a job that you're interested in? And if so, send me the rec number and I'll see if
Is
I can
there
get
a
you in touch.
reason why you're bothering me?
No,
Like
no, but
why?
I
You
don't ignore them.
peasant.
So
You peasant developer. How dare you
no. I'll just think,
approach?
how could this be a meaningful relationship? That I approach it
What
that
am I
way.
getting out of this? I need some quid pro quo.
No, no, no. And anyway, um, 5 is you have the experience and skills they're looking for. Recruiters want to know that you're qualified for the job. Will you be good at it? And will you get results? They'll look at your LinkedIn profile to see what you've accomplished and how you've used the skills and experience you've gained.
Please
So,
keep it updated, just
yeah,
like your
yeah.
resumes. Have your LinkedIn updated with the job that you're applying for and looking for. have your resume reflecting your LinkedIn profile. God knows, do not have your resume saying one thing and your LinkedIn profile saying something
Yes.
else.
Yes.
Golly, people, attention to detail. Be
Yep.
meticulous about your shit.
It says you should quantify the work experience you've obtained by including key skills in your profile and having them endorsed by your connections. So, if you have examples of your work, you should upload them to your profile. For example, a photo, video, or presentation. Oh, that's a great idea. This way, recruiters can see your work and how you've benefited the company. Number 6, your personality is a good fit. The tone of your voice, the words you use, and other indicators or subtle signals that a recruiter will notice that helps them get a sense of whether you're a suitable candidate for the company. Well, how are they going to get that in
Unless they talk about putting
your?
videos up on LinkedIn.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, that kind of goes back into like bias and
Yeah, because you like,
diversity amongst the
yeah,
recruiting
you don't like
team.
what somebody's wearing. You look at their background. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Like, what if the way I'm moving, I talk, Susie Beth from North Dakota don't recognize it, or don't fuck with it? Then what? I'm still qualified. You just don't
yeah,
understand my colloquialisms or the way I move.
exactly.
You gotta have diversity around your recruiting table. You know what I mean? For moments
And
like
I have never, when I would get introduced to a candidate I wasn't familiar with, I never went to LinkedIn to look at them first before my interview.
yeah, no.
Never. I would like, I don't know what you look like because people, but I'd see what people would, I'd reach out to them and then they go look at me and I'm like, that's fine, but
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
I think
I'll see you when I see you.
it's a big thing in like
So,
European countries and other Eastern countries where they put their pictures on their CVs. They put their pictures on their
and all their personal information, how
yeah,
many
all their
kids they
personal,
have.
like, golly, yo, all the information. I'm like, dude, do you want to be discriminated against? Like,
Yeah,
you are just
everything.
asking for it. Like, even if somebody did not want to discriminate
Yeah,
against
but
you,
look at
you
the history of a CV and what
mhm,
countries it comes from. They're European
yeah,
countries
yeah,
of white people. So
yep.
they, even though white people have found ways to discriminate
Oh,
against each
white
other
people
over
discriminate
the
against
years,
each other all the
because
time. Like,
there's white and dark white, because
yep. I was helping
Italians
build
and
a
Irish and yeah.
culture committee for a CRO, a national CRO, and they
Hmm.
talked about how in their like Russian arm of the company that different persons from different parts of Russia did not want to fuck with other people from different parts of Russia
Okay.
because of, whatever cultural rifts that they had over generations and generations and shit like that. So, folks can still be very much
Hmm.
racist against Sean. It's racism at that point. It's
Bigoted.
bigoted, definitely bigoted against each other, you know?
Yeah. Um, Last one, get your LinkedIn profile into a job hunting mode. You want your resume and LinkedIn profile to align and complement each other. So while
Mm,
you're sprucing up your resume, like you already said, you should always should make sure that your profile is complete and up to date. It's important to set it up to showcase your skills and talents so people can find you. So it
yeah.
says members who've listed at least one previous position are 12 times more likely to get alerted to potential job postings, according to LinkedIn research. Those with at least one education listed are 7 times more um, likely to be commonly seen, and professionals with a photo in their profile are slightly more likely to be widely seen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess the more, I guess with anything else, the more bait you have in the water, the
Yeah.
more chance you have of getting hooked or whatever. So the more updated and the more, explanatory
Hmm.
that your LinkedIn profile is, then the more chances you have of being seen by recruiters and such.
Yep. Okay.
And whatnot.
All right. Well, we're at we're at our hour mark. I was trying to get
Boom,
the
there it is.
45, but all right. Tell everybody where they can find us.
Man, where can you find us? If you look at the bottom of your screen, people, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on StreamYard. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us. Oh, excuse me, X. Shout out to X.
X. I know
Boom. You
X.
can find us on X. You can find us on IG. We in these streets, and we got our own website, www.twoliverecruiters.com. You can go directly to the source. You know what I mean? Look us up, buy some merch. You know what I mean? Shout out to the folks out there who've already bought a couple of our shirts. We're high in the
Yes.
streets. We're gonna put you up on our IG page.
I know. Well,
Thank
my
you.
buddy Skip was out. He had a shirt on, but Jimmy Will took a picture, but it wasn't a good picture. I'm like, we can't post it because he cut his face off.
Yeah, he was like, I can't be seen out here in these streets. You know what I
Then
mean?
he
You
was
just see the shirt. You like,
then
you
he
just see
was
the shirt.
like, then Jimmy Will's like, I want a shirt. I'm like, you didn't invite me to breakfast. I was like, you can go on the website and buy a shirt like everybody else. So anyway, I sent them a link.
There you go. Know what I mean? Support us, buy the shirt.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, get us out this corporate hustle. We trying to be out here in these streets with y'all. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tour the
Right.
country, doing 2 live recruiters. You want to come to your office buildings, do 2 live recruited podcast sessions in your lunchroom while
Wouldn't that be
everyone's eating court.
awesome?
That would be dope. Oh, that would be
If
dope.
we build it, they will come.
If we build it, they will come. Shout out to
Yeah.
the next company that's going to reach out to us so we can come do 2 live recruited podcasts during lunch hour. That'd be a great little time.
Man,
Lunch
giving
hour.
new meaning to lunch and learn.
Yo, lunching and learning with 2 live recruiters. Holla at us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
So funny. Okay. All right. So that is it for the day. You have a wonderful day. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
And have a great day.
Click, like, subscribe,
Everything.
all that.
Bye.